we go. It is Tuesday, June 13th, 2023, and from the home studio in Middletown, Delaware, I'm Marshal Manlove from Delaware Sports and My Sports Reports. This being a special interview edition of our show. And shortly, we are going to meet the Delaware Division I State Girls Soccer Champions, who also happen to be from my hometown here in Middletown, the Middletown Cavaliers, and their head coach, Robb Jamieson. But first, this is brought to you by our own show here. And what do I mean? We're doing some digital art, and you can find our current portfolio at mysportscreations.etsy.com. We've got about 24, 25 pieces up there right now. All the proceeds go to improving the production quality of this show. And it needs it. I know. You didn't have to say it. I'll say it for you. And also, it's brought to you by me, Marshal Manlove, stage hypnotist. If you would like a funny, fascinating, and memorable experience for a party or an event that you are having, please consider my stage hypnosis show, details about which you can find at marshallmanlove.com. And I don't do a lot of public shows, and maybe in Delaware one every 2 years or so. Mark down October 7th on your calendar. I'm going to do a show at the Smyrna Opera House. It's a Saturday. Ticket details yet to come, but everybody's schedule is so filled up so quickly. I'm starting to promote this one now. That's October 7th at the Smyrna Opera House, and the details will be in the calendar section when they come out. Just go there, click the calendar section. You'll see where I'm going to be before that and after that as well. Now, before we meet the Middletown Cavalier girls soccer team, the state champions here in Division I, we met back in the winter season, the Middletown Cavaliers girls basketball team. And a member of that team is also a member of the soccer team here. There might be more, I don't know, but one in particular was Flannery Grimm. And at that time, actually before that, I had known that she had is a musician, a talented musician and piano player, and recorded a song, an original song about her soccer team from last year. And I said if we have a chance to have her on again, that we're going to play it. And now, this was only going to happen, basically, if the Cavaliers won the state championship, because I was talking to the coach a few weeks ago, and I said, come on in, because I want to play this song that Flannery recorded. And he says, well, if we win the state championship, we'll do that. And sure enough, they did. So now we're going to play this song, written and recorded by Flannery Grimm. And then she's going to make an announcement, because there's a sequel to this, and she's going to talk about that when we meet her. Hopefully when I press play, the ads won't come up, but here we go.
30 and the bus was here.
Rewind to the beginning. There we go.
4:30 and the bus was here. Walked down the stairs and heard the cheers. All our family and our fans. 5 o'clock we left on the bus. A police escort ahead of us. No way this is really happening. 5:30 greeted at the gate. This is where everything could change. We could already picture the end. It's crazy what happens in our minds. We sit here and laugh till we cry. Just thinking about it brings the tears. But I just know it's been a good year. About to start, everyone's giving their whole heart into the last year of the season. And 8:30 and the score was tied, but there was nothing that would change our minds. We were gonna fight till the end. 9 o'clock we were down by 1. Some may have said that we were done, but they have days when everyone says it'll be okay. It'll be okay. 11 p.m. the game was done. PKs were lost 3-1. And the hardest part was seeing the tears in everybody's eyes, hugging and crying and saying it'll be fine, and it'll be fine. You know, it's crazy what happens in our minds. We sit here and laugh till we cry. Just thinking about it brings the tears. But I just know the next year's our year. It's our year.
Oh, yeah. I can see that that was an emotional experience. I know that the coach mentioned to me that it was for him every time he hears it. And fortunately, there is a happy ending to this and a sequel. And now I have just popped up the state champions, their head coach, Robb, Jamieson. You can turn on your mics there, everybody. We can all see you now. And Flannery Grimm is right near my head there. She can't see me, but good job on that song, Flannery. So now you listen to it, that particular song right now, and you know that 1 year later, you're now the champions. Is it safe to say that the song that you are going to talk about here in a moment and point us to has a different feel to it? Flannery, can you hear me?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, okay.
It's a lot more, yeah. I'd say it's definitely a lot more exciting and has a lot happier of an ending.
Yeah, I would say so. And, you know, the line that runs through there, people telling you it's going to be all right, it's going to be fine, it actually was then in the long run, right? All right, so joining us is in the upper left-hand corner there, Robb Jamieson, the head coach of the Cavalier soccer team. Welcome, Coach. Thanks for making this happen. Congratulations on your state championship.
Thanks for having us on. Appreciate it.
Of course. And so run what's going through your mind when you were just listening to that song by Flannery.
So just now I had to kind of tune it out because I didn't want you to go to the screen and see me tearing up. But yeah, I mean, Flan is so talented, incredible singer, incredible piano player, but her songwriting is what really makes her special. And she captured everything that we were feeling last year, and she wrote it the day after and recorded the day after the game, which is even crazier. So yeah, I mean, it blew me away last year.
All right, so a little later I'm going to have you, Flannery, tell people where they can find your work and all that. All right, well, we're going to make people stick around to this interview. All right, we don't want them turning away just yet. So let's meet who else has joined us here in the upper right-hand corner of the screen is Gabby Riley. Gabby, introduce yourself. How old are you? What grade are you in?
Hi, I'm Gabby. I'm a junior, gonna be a senior next year at Middletown.
Congratulations on going to be a senior next year.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we're going to play a video of you here in a little bit as well. But first, let's go down and meet the other two young Cavaliers who have joined us. Ladies, introduce yourselves to our growing fan base here.
Hi, I'm Ava. I just graduated from Middletown and I'll be going to Providence next year. Hi, I'm Laurel, and I also just graduated from Middletown, and I'm going to UV.
Okay, so it's Ava Ripanti and Laurel Clark. Yeah, co-captains, and Gabby's a captain as well. All right, Coach. We'll go back up to you here. Great year, of course. You had a 12-2-1 overall record. I believe that's right. I don't know if there's any games missing from the schedule. 12-2-1. Entered the tournament 9-2-1 as the number one seed this year in Division One. And what were your expectations coming into this particular tournament when you saw how the brackets laid out? You had the number 8 seed, of course, St. George's, and then the other part of that bracket featured Padua, who had been the source of sadness, I guess, in the song from last year. I guess that was the team that you played. So you have a pretty good feeling, I guess, that you could perhaps meet them again. What are your thoughts going into the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, the index was so tight coming to the season or coming into the tournament that we actually didn't really know who we were going to play. But I mean, we honestly really didn't care that much who we played. Apo was a very good team. Smyrna was a very good team. Padua was very good. Polytech almost beat Padua in the first round. So if you put us in that same group, I think there was 5 teams that could win it this year. So each team had their own strength. Each team had their own weaknesses, and we didn't really care, to be perfectly honest with you. But we did embrace the idea of playing Padua again, and hopefully, righting the wrong, I guess you could say, the loss from last year in the finals. So we definitely were looking forward to that.
Not only righting the wrong, but rewriting the song for Flannery down there. Yeah, so you did beat Padua in the regular season 2-1. And what were you able to learn from that game, if anything? It was a home game for you that maybe you took into the championship, into the semifinal game against them.
I mean, we beat them last year during the season too. So every game is its own, pretty much its own thing, and teams are going to adjust. So, beating them a couple weeks before that, it gives you confidence, but honestly, it gives the team that loses more of an opportunity to change, to adjust. So, I don't really think the first game really has much to do with the second time you play them, to be perfectly honest with you.
Okay, fair enough. I mean, all 3 teams that you played in the tournament you beat during the regular season. And anything can happen on any given day, too. It could rain and mess up the whole plan, too, right?
Yeah, I mean, we played them at home, like you said, and our home field advantage is crazy. I mean, I'm sure that we get more fans out than any other team, I would think, and they're loud. They make the other team uncomfortable. They do the cowbells. We have vuvuzelas that the students blow the whole game. So it's definitely an intimidating place to play. And Padua was a young team this year. They had a lot of freshmen, so I'm pretty sure they probably weren't comfortable playing at Middletown this year at Cap Stadium.
Yeah, for as long as I've been covering sports, and that's been since the 90s here, there's definitely something about visiting Middletown during an important game, whether it's football, baseball, softball, lacrosse, soccer, whatever. There's, it's not as small of a town as it was back then. It's a big town. It's a big town now, but still has that small town feel as far as the camaraderie between the people in the community is concerned. All right, yeah. Laurel Clark. What's up? How you doing over there?
Good.
All right. So you started every single game of your high school career. That's an impressive feat.
I didn't even.
Yeah,
Thank you.
it is. So just to go over a couple things here, you were a 3-year all-conference player Attending. So heading in. So you're going to the University of Delaware, and what are you going to study there, Laurel?
My major is pre-vet, so pre-veterinary.
Nice. See, I like to know what everybody's going to do in the future because I need a roster of talent to help me out in life, because I'm a dog owner and all. Anybody going to be a lawyer or a doctor or anything like that? I could use a couple of them too. All right. So just keep in touch with me, especially if you do something where you're going to provide an important service. Laurel, obviously the state championship is the highlight of the season, but what would you say were a couple other highlights of the year for you?
So although we tied Caravel, I really feel like we started to get our mojo back that game. Like that was a game where we all played, and although we tied them, I feel like we felt really good about that game, and it made us feel good about the rest of the season. It was right before spring break, and I feel like that really pushed us into the rest of our games. And then obviously beating Apo.
Yeah, and Caravel was reached the semifinal round of Division II, so it was an important game as well. And so when you say Apo, you mean Apo in the final there, or just beating Apo?
Oh well, yeah, but
period?
regular season too. That was a pretty good game.
Yeah, 1-0 game there. So Laurel, so what do you think was the difference between the 1-0 game you played against Apo and the 4-2 game where you beat them in the final? What was different for you about those two games?
I feel like we really attacked the ball a lot more in the final. I feel like we were a lot more confident then, although everything was on the line. But I feel like in the other game, we had less of a plan maybe, and then in the end, in the last game, it was aggressive. Like we were ready. I feel like we were so confident and we had a plan. We knew what we were doing.
You can say you have less of a plan now because you're graduating, right? But I'm pretty sure your coach might have had a plan that day.
Yeah.
All right. And
Plan B Apo.
so when the final buzzer or horn sounded, who was the first person you grabbed, Laurel, and what was the first thing out of your mouth that you said?
I grabbed Ava. I'm not really sure what I said. I probably screamed. Screamed at me. Because everyone was meeting Gabby in the middle, but I turned around and I knew Ava was running from the back, and I was like, Ava's right behind me. Let me get my girl. Me hanging. Yeah.
So, all right, while the mic's still on there, Ava, congratulations.
Thank you.
You have achieved a unique feat here in Delaware. Not only are you a state champion now in girls soccer, but you also happen to be a member of the state champion Cavalier football team from a year ago. And I don't know if I can't remember that has been done by anybody else. I mean, I know there's been a couple girls who have kicked, for example, and actually one of the girls I was thinking of went to Caravel, and she's actually the baseball coach over there now. Kristen Caldwell is her name.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she kicked, but I don't think she played volley, but I don't believe they won a state championship there, or maybe at the same time. So you might be the only one who's done that. And we're just going to call football a boys' sport because basically it is, right? Okay,
yeah.
So that's a unique feat there. Have you given that any kind of consideration, thought, since you won your state championship here at the soccer team?
I mean, I asked my my principal, right after we won, I was like, can I wear my state championship medal to graduation? And she was like, of course, wear your football one too. And I was like, oh my God, I forgot I won a football state championship too. So I actually, that was just totally in the back of my mind after winning the soccer one, because obviously soccer is my first love and my main sport and everything. But I got to wear both my medals to graduation, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. Not many people can say that they've won 2 state championships.
No. Especially in the way that you did.
Yeah.
So you're the one of the top goalies in the state, But answer me this question, because I'm looking at the box score here, and it says you have an assist in this game in the state championship. Were you on?
Yeah,
Were you playing, or did you just really?
I ran up to the top of the box. I punted the ball, and that was probably my biggest punt of the game, and it landed right about the maybe 35-30 area on the other half of the field, and Gabby just took it and went with it.
Yeah, fantastic. Because I see you're listed as like a midfielder also there. I just wondered how that came about. Yeah.
Yeah.
So an assist.
So I was in goal.
Oh, that's fantastic. That doesn't happen very often either. So
No.
you're having a unique athletic experience there.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Yeah, no doubt. Now, the opposing goalie for Apo is also one of the top goalies in the state, and depending on who you ask, it's either you or Bella Mazzone, one or two. And I've seen you both listed one or two. And not only that, but between both of your teams, I think there's a total of 8 all-state players. So this was a great matchup here for sure coming in. Now, how well do you know, Ava, any of the other players there from the other team?
Well, Bella's actually my second cousin.
Oh.
Which it's an interesting dynamic because we're both goalies. Like, we play for opposite sides. It's very interesting. And then a lot of the players at Apo I played club with for years, and I played rec with when I was little. It's just a small town, and everyone knows everyone. Mm-hmm. Everyone's played with everyone. We all kind of started off at Delaware Union, made our way through the teams in the state, and then we just kind of ended up where we ended up for high school.
Now, did you have any conversation with her before or after the game?
No, not. Oh, she came up to me after the game. We talked a little bit. She congratulated me and everything, and I said she did a great job. Like, just mad respect for Apo for like playing in that game and everything and hanging in there. It's hard to do sometimes. Like, after going down, it's hard to hang in there, but they definitely kept trying to get their goals and everything, and I really respect them as a team.
That's well said. So you're a 3-year first-team All-State player. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And you have like a sick GPA too. What? 5? How's that even possible?
Well, I take a couple of college courses, NAP classes, so I think that's how I got a 5. I ended my 3rd marking period this year with a 5, I think, but I'm not sure when I ended the year with yet. I'm waiting for transcripts to come out, but I definitely am a perfectionist, and doing well in school is at the top of my agenda. So
good for you. And where are you going to college again next year?
Providence College in Rhode Island.
Are you going to play soccer there?
Yeah.
Or going to kick for the football team?
They actually don't have a football team.
They don't?
Nope. Their big sport is hockey and basketball. Ice hockey?
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it was. Oh, well, good for you. Congratulations.
Thank you
so
much.
Flannery, talk about your soccer year here. We're talking about, mentioned basketball and your budding singing career here, but talk about your experience for the Cavalier soccer team this year. What are some of the highlights for you?
I feel like I played a lot of positions this year. Like, I was playing I had games where I was playing up top, I was playing out wide, and then I played the entire state championship at left back. So I've really had to tap into just being versatile and playing wherever I'm needed.
So I understand that your very first varsity start was in that championship game last year.
I think it was the semifinal game before. But yeah, it was.
I'm just reading the notes that your coach gave me, so Yeah.
No, it was really interesting last season. I didn't play a ton on varsity at the beginning of the season, but then towards the end of the season, I got a lot more playing time, and I got more confident, and that's kind of how this season went too. I gained confidence as the season went on.
And then after the game is over, how long after this game, this championship, how long did it take you to write the new song?
This one took me a lot longer because I really had to like think about how to tie it into last year's song but still make it its own. So it took me about a week and a half. Yeah, I finished it yesterday and then I posted it. So I wanted to make sure it was like my best work and stuff.
All right. Well, again, in a little bit, we're going to have you tell people where they can find that. And you're just a sophomore, so you're going to be back here for a couple more years to help defend the title. And who was the first person you grabbed at the end of the game?
Like Gabby was in the middle and everyone was like going over to her, so I ran over to her and then I was like, oh my gosh, like, and I ran back for Ava because Ava and I have actually been playing together. We had these 2 years here, but we also played together in middle school. And so like I've always just been really close to Ava and it was important that I made sure I gave her a hug really quickly after that game ended. And so there's actually a really cute picture on Delaware Online and it was just really sweet. Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that picture. There is one picture that I did see, though, and I'm going to put that up in a moment because it's of Gabby Riley. And Gabby, you had a big year this year. One of the tri-captains. Is it just three captains, tri-captains? Okay.
Yeah.
And you're actually already committed to play at the collegiate level. And just remind us again where that's going to be, Gabby.
Yeah, verbally committed to play at Delaware, so not this year, but next year I'll be there.
Right. It would have to be. It would have to be the following year. I don't think you can play as a senior in high school. Yeah, I don't think they've made that rule yet. Why Delaware for you?
Well, I just knew like everything that Delaware offered was exactly what I wanted, and I got like a new coaching staff, and like I love the girls, I love the coaches, and it was just I knew where I wanted to be there, so I'm really excited.
All right, so you had a big year. So the game, the state championship game, didn't start off probably the way that you had wanted because Appo scores first, right? And then
Yeah.
Who tied it up for you?
Lily Holcroft, who's one of our freshmen. I'm pretty sure me and Rhiannon, who was her first game back after her ACL injury, state championship, she played the ball short to me on a corner, and I sent it in, and then Lily got like a touch on it and put it in. Very similar to the goal that she scored to send us to the state championship versus Padua. So that kind of leveled it out, and then I think from there we just like we're like gonna keep going, and we did. So it was really cool.
And then you scored the second goal of the game, and Miss Holcroft had the assist on there, and then you scored what would prove to be the game-winning goal with the assist from Miss Ripanti there. That big booming assist. Statistically, you had a big year. 31 goals, 11 assists this year. 34 goals and 22 last year. Conference Player of the Year, runner-up for Player of the Year the last 2 years. That means you are a regional All-American, I believe, and that would go for you too, right, Ava? Or did you make it up that high on a list? Sorry. Hate when I do something like that. Oh yeah, did you win that too? No, sorry about that. All right, so then you finish it off. You score a hat trick in the game, and now what I'm going to, I'm not sure which goal this was, but what I'm going to do is post. You're not going to see it here unless you're monitoring this, but I'm going to post up what I think is one of the best pictures of the year. Hang on, I believe it's by the News Journal. Let me find it here first. Yeah, there we go. Where am I going here? This gets a little tricky on my end here. There we go. Yeah, so that's a picture of Gabby Riley, one of the best. And if it is the News Journal, it's Bill Bretzker who took that. It could be Andre Smith also from another publication. But that's one of the best pictures of the year right there. That's for sure. But now what I'm also going to do is, because I found out your coach is telling me all sorts of cool things about everybody here. And then what I'm going to do now actually is go to your Instagram page, because you have kind of a series of ball handling, juggling tricks that you do here. And I told you which one I'm going to play. I'm just going to play this here right now so everybody can see you in action. I don't know if there's music. I can't play that music in the background. Probably going to get a copyright hit there, but yeah, that's fantastic. Well done. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, let me put you all back up on the screen here. If you're watching this, they can't see everything that's on the monitor here unless they happen to be monitoring it someplace else. So that's why I got to kind of explain what's going on there. So how'd you get into videotaping yourself in these little juggling videos there, Gabby?
When like quarantine first started, I obviously didn't really have anything to do, so I would just juggle, and like I don't know, I just picked up all these new tricks, and I don't know, it was just something I did in my free time. Kind of just got really good at it and posted videos.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. All right, I'm going to do this little exercise here. It's one that I like. It tells a lot about not only the people, it tells a lot about everybody here. And I'm going to start with you, Laurel. Take a look at Ava there and tell me something interesting, positive, or funny about her.
Yeah, she can't do it.
Yes, I can. Stop. Outside from soccer, Ava and I are very, very good friends still. Like, I guess something positive I could say about her is she can make me like laugh or smile in like any situation.
Oh.
All right, Ava, same question for you, but you have Flannery.
Flannery is one of the sweetest girls I have ever met in my life. She always tries her best to be positive, and even when I'm screaming at her from the back, from the post, she's always working her butt off, and she's always just been a great girl for me to look up to, even though she's younger than me, and for her to look up to me. We just kind of bounce off of each other. She's just an overall great person.
Why are you screaming?
Everyone needs a Flan in their life.
Everyone needs a Flan in their life. It's the quote of the day. So why are you screaming at Flan then?
Sometimes I'll be like, Flan, you gotta get back. You gotta get back. Like I see her winger coming. I'm like, you gotta go. She does. She gets back. She covers it.
Part of Ava's job.
It's my job. She understands. It's part of the game.
All right, Flannery, same question for you. You have Gabby Riley.
Gabby is one of the hardest workers I know. She constantly is like doing everything she can to make an impact, and she's so positive and so sweet, and she's just a really fun person to be around. She can always make you laugh. She can always like change your day from being like a bad day to a good day. I really look up to her, and just her work ethic and her confidence, and she's just a really good person, and yeah, we're really lucky to have her.
And you have her still for one more year too, so that's good. And Gabby, you have Laurel.
Oh God. Laurel, like she was so welcoming my freshman year, and like ever since then she's just like so sweet and just make sure everyone's okay, and very like has very, very good leadership skills. And I got to like get closer to her this year because we were captains together with Ava. And just like the little conversations we have, like the little inside jokes, it's so fun, and I'm definitely gonna miss her so much next year.
Well said. So Laurel and Ava, your head coach has been the head coach of the Cavaliers for 4 years, all of your 4 years there. Take turns, say something about what Mr. Jamieson might mean to you, anything that he might have said that stuck with you over these years, and what do you think you might miss about him, if anything?
Coach Robb has always been great to me. He's always been very, very calm coach. He's not really a yeller or a fighter, or he doesn't really get mad at us that often, which I love because sometimes it's hard to deal with coaches like that. But he's always just been very respectful of us, and he knows how to he knows how to coach us well and teach us how to be good people.
Yeah, he definitely made me feel welcoming ever since, well, I guess my sophomore year, because my freshman year we didn't really have a season.
We had Zoom calls.
Yeah. But he's really dedicated to the team. Like, all the things he does for us, like, I don't know any other coaches who do. Like, there's a lot of planning and things, like team bonding and, like, our banquet we just had. Like, he so genuinely cares about us and the team, and he's very invested in it, and you can tell.
Awesome. Now, Flannery, back to you for 1 second, because I promise I'm going to give you this opportunity to do this. Tell people where they can find the new release and what it's called now that you have just debuted it last night, and it is about your state championship win or season.
Okay, so for now, I just have the video up. I'm going to start working on recording it to release on streaming platforms, but right now you can find it on our team Instagram or my Instagram. They're like, it's a collaboration, so you can find it on like the Middletown Girls Soccer page, and then it's also on Facebook on there. Yeah, so on Middletown Girls Soccer.
Okay, so the Middletown Girls Soccer page on Facebook and Instagram. Okay, all right, great. So, Robb, fill in some of the blanks for me. Talk about anything that you want to mention about these girls here, what you're going to miss about the two that are leaving you, what you can't wait to see from the other two who are going to be back next year, and anything else that you think I might have missed that's important for us to know.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to miss Laurel and Ava. They are two of the sweetest people I know, great leaders, very good soccer players. It's funny that Laurel talked about the plan with Appo. One of the things we talk about all the time is everyone has a plan before they get punched in the face. So it's funny that the plan got brought up. That's an old Mike Tyson quote. And then Ava this year, she was listed as a midfielder. Not because she is a midfielder, she's a goalie, but we had another goalie come in this year that's really good. And the plan was sort of to have both of them play some field, both of them have play some goal. But Ava got a pretty bad injury towards the beginning of the year. I mean, to the point where even the last practice of the year, she couldn't practice. So that kind of took her off the field. But she's a very good field player, too. She would have scored some goals for us this year. Mm-hmm. So going to miss both of them girls. I mean, phenomenal leaders. We have a good senior class this year. So definitely a good group. They missed their freshman year. But I think they got everything they could out of the 3 years that we had them. So I appreciate that.
All right.
And going forward, I mean, we have a very good group coming back. We should have a strong group coming in, freshmen. You know, we're still having fun with winning this year's state championship. We're not looking too far ahead, but you know, hopefully we can be back on your show next year talking about all the same stuff.
So did you do anything interesting with the trophy?
The trophy went home with Ava that night, I believe. Is that right, Ava? Yeah, so the trophy went with Ava. She had her graduation party the very next day. So, it got to party at her graduation party. I think Gabby took it back to school the next day and had it in school with her through all other classes. And then we got it back for our team celebration on Friday. And it's safely back in the school now.
As long as it's back where it should be at the end, yeah. I just have this.
My life was, I was threatened to make sure it got back safely. So.
See, I want to hear all sorts of stories about the trophy making its rounds out in the community, just like the Stanley Cup does when the hockey teams win. I want to hear those stories. Ava, did you take any good pictures of the trophy while it was at your graduation party?
Yeah, I took some pictures of it. I tucked it into my bed before I went to sleep, and I tucked it in with my medal, and I put it on my mom made like a little shrine for my graduation party. It had a bunch of photos of me, and I just put it up on the table, and me and a lot of other people took pictures with the trophy that day.
All right, that's great.
Definitely a good day to win the state championship the day before my grad party, because if I had lost, it kind of would have been a somber day.
Yeah, right. Right.
You know.
Right. All right. Well, ladies, any parting words from any of the four of you? Feel free. Got it all out of your system, you think?
Thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I want to thank all of you for taking time to come have a conversation with me on our shows here. Congratulations on your championship. Laurel and Ava, best of luck to you in your future. And
Thank you.
Laurel, I hope you become a veterinarian and then take care of my
Thanks.
dog years from now. Ava, good luck up in Providence. Flannery, I hope you sign a record deal here soon. And Gabby, I hope you make the U.S. Olympic women's team. Or go as far as you want to go, okay? Whatever you want, I wish the best for all of you. All right, let me get you to wave goodbye to our growing fan base here at Delaware Sports at My Sports Reports. I'm going to hit end meeting for all and wish you a good night. Take care, everybody. And just like that, they are gone. That's the Middletown Cavalier girls soccer team, Division I state champions here in the state of Delaware. I have extended the invitation to the Division II champions. Haven't heard back from them. Just so you know, I do extend invitations out to all the state championship teams. Sometimes it's just hard to coordinate the schedules, especially this time of year because of graduation and proms and all that kind of stuff and family vacations kick in. But if you would like to recommend an individual or a group of people for me to have a conversation with on this show, just reach out to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. That is the address you need to know. And also, real quick, special thanks go out to Jazzercise in Middletown. Let me get them up there. Yeah, where did I go? Where'd they go? Yeah, Jazzercise in Middletown. One of the proprietors there runs a very active Facebook group page for parents of high school athletes. They are kind enough to post up links to the videos that I produce. I can't get the site up there, but it's jazzercise.com. Special thanks go out to my wonderful, beautiful wife, Dawnie M., and to those who have supported the show from day one. You can support the show simply by subscribing on whatever video platform you find this. Will always be free to do so. And I believe that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I'm Marshal Manlove, and now I'm out. Yeah, I'm out. As soon as I hit the end button, I'm gone.